Hello, everybody, and thank you very much for joining me for another Alfred Hitchcock Presents review. Today I will be talking about Season 2, Episode 6, Toby, starring Jessica Tandy as Edwina and Robert H. Harris as Albert. And this episode, although somewhat interesting, is a bit underwhelming in my opinion. I think the problem with this episode is that there's almost like two twists, and one is very, very predictable in my opinion. And the other one is pretty strange even for this show, and I'm not sure if it has the impact it is meant to have. On the plus side, there is some very good acting from Jessica Tandy and Robert H. Harris in this episode, which saves it from being a truly terrible episode. So we start with two ladies talking, a landlady and another lady named Mrs. McGurk, and they're talking to a man named Albert. He's one of our main characters. He's excited because a lady he used to know and care about named Edwina is going to be moving in, and they're going to be hooking up after a lot of years apart. Mr. Albert Birch is really excited about this, but a vase breaks and he thinks this is a bad sign for the future, and he may be right about that. So Edwina comes, she's our other main character. She comes to live there, but it turns out she's not alone. She has a baby with her. We don't get to see the baby at any point throughout the episode, which makes us suspicious whether there is a baby at all or not. I did think the episode did an okay job with this. I was kind of curious. At first, Albert is very disappointed, but when Edwina explains the situation, she says the baby isn't hers. It was some family members, and they were killed, and she became guardian of the baby. So Albert seems like he's okay. He's going to accept this. Things seem to be going well. Edwina's happy with Albert's job. It looks like they're going to hook back up. Things are okay until Albert wants to see the baby. Edwina flips out about it and says that she's not ready for this to happen yet, making us more suspicious about what is going on. There's also another character in this episode. His name is Mac McGurk. He and Mrs. McGurk, who we saw at the beginning, start questioning Edwina as to really whether there's a baby or not. And I thought these two characters were just kind of annoying, honestly. Others may find them to be comic relief, but I didn't really care for them too much. Then Edwina and Albert have a confrontation over their engagement. Albert wants to know why Edwina continues to put it off. And Edwina just does seem very nervous. She says she's not ready yet because she's still getting used to Albert. And then Mr. and Mrs. McGurk come back again and start hounding her again. And Edwina goes nuts when they accuse her of not really having a baby. So at this point, it's pretty clear that this woman is not all there either. So Albert questions Edwina again, who's still acting very suspicious. He wants to know why he can't see the baby. I think now he is wondering if there's really a baby or not. Edwina counters this by saying she was lonely and she always wanted children. She just couldn't get over Albert all these years, things like that. And she basically says it was a sign that Toby was sent to her. So Edwina, then everything seems to be going okay, but Albert tries to get close to her. She completely flips out, which leads us to a very predictable climax where some men come by to take her back to an asylum it turns out she has been staying at for quite a while. I thought this was pretty predictable. It was fairly obvious early on that something was wrong with Edwina, but then we get one last twist, and Albert, who is now in charge of Toby, gives a big reveal that Toby was a cat, which wasn't too predictable, but even for Alfred Hitchcock Presents, this is kind of just a strange twist. I guess it's okay. So overall, Toby as an episode didn't do a lot for me, but Jessica Tandy and her very good performance make it a watchable episode. So I'm going to give Toby a 2 out of 5. Definitely not an episode that fans of the show really need to see. Unless you're a big fan of Jessica Tandy, then it might be worth watching one time. So a 2 out of 5 for Toby, and as always, thank you very much for watching.